It is a gorgeous day in Green Bay. AFC meets NFC. The 1-2 Denver Broncos against the undefeated Super Bowl champion Green Bay Packers. Hello, friends. Jim Nantz, Phil Simms here at Lambeau Field. And I guess the biggest question before kickoff, how can Denver hang in there with the champs?
It's what everybody wants to know. How do you slow down Green Bay's offense? I think the Denver Broncos, they got what they wanted. They have Von Miller, the second pick of the draft, on one side. Elvis Dumervil, their defensive end, their best pass rusher, coming back today. Pressure Aaron Rodgers. That gives you a chance to beat the Green Bay Packers.
Yes, they're happy to have Dumervil back. He did play week 1. Of course, he missed all of last season. It's gorgeous here, as I mentioned. 67 and just light breezes on the first Sunday in October. And you're looking at Quan Cosby waiting for the kick from Mason Crosby. And this will be run out from 6 yards deep. Cosby recently signed out of Cincinnati by way of the Bengals, that is. The former Texas Longhorn takes it only to the 16. DJ Williams, there are 2 DJ Williams on the field, 1 on each side. We are just underway. The opening kick returned by the Broncos out to the 16-yard line. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms here in Green Bay as Kyle Orton and the Broncos about to take the first snap of the game. Going to come out with McGahee lined up behind Orton. They're without Eddie Royal today, inactive, down with a groin injury. And a little play action here to start things. Orton lobs it, open man, the pass just led him a little too much. He was going to Daniel Fells, his tight end. Well, Kyle Orton back in the NFC North, if you will, the former Chicago Bear, who 4 times as a Bear started against Green Bay. And, if you will, Brett Favre, and he was 3-1 in those 4 encounters. Clady, his left tackle, a good one. Former first rounder out of Boise State, who's never missed a game here with the Broncos. And Decker steps in for Royal again, who is down. And Decker has been quite a presence here through the first 3 games of the season. 2nd and 10 to the ground in an open hole. And able to squeeze a pretty good gain out of it. That's McGahee for 5. Here's the Green Bay defense, which has given up 300 yards passing in every game. Raji, he clogs up that middle. Matthews has been a Pro Bowler each of his first 2 years. And in that secondary, Morgan Burnett. He picked off Cutler twice last week. He's got 3 already through 3 games. Marshawn Moreno is in the game now for the Broncos, another player back from injury. On a 3rd and 5. And from the gun, Orton's pass, no, incomplete. He was going to Decker. Defended by Tramon Williams.
Couple things you worry about when you play this Packers defense. 3rd down, that's what it's all about. Can you pick up the blitz? And the thing about the Denver Broncos offense, when it's 3rd, 4, 5, or 6, they expect them to throw it 4, 5, or 6. You got to be careful in those situations. Every once in a while, you have to go down the field.
Colquitt to kick it to Randall Cobb. This one's one you can run back. It was a low kick. Cobb takes it to the right side, got a flag down. It's going to be a blocking in the back penalty against the Packers. Paxton came down, the long snapper, to make the tackle after a 45-yard punt. Scott Green is today's referee.
During the return, illegal block in the back, number 20, 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
That's against Alex Green. And here is Aaron Rodgers. Well, he had his 50th start just last week against Chicago, and he was just 3 yards shy of another 300-yard game in that victory down at Soldier Field. Newhouse, though, on the right side. He steps in for Bulaga, who's out with injury. So Newhouse, the 2nd-year man from TCU, steps up. Finley had 3 touchdown catches last week. Early action here at Green Bay. I'd like to welcome those of you who saw Tennessee improve to 3-1 with the victory at Cleveland. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms here at Lambeau Field. First snap of the game for Green Bay. After the Packers defense forced a 3 and out. And it's Rodgers on the run. And he throws it out of bounds. And incomplete. And Dumervil with the pressure right away. Here is that Denver defense that has not allowed a first quarter point this year. Von Miller, the second overall selection. They've got DJ Williams back also. They've got a couple of players back from injury this week. They thought they were going to have Champ Bailey back, but he's inactive, a late scratch. So you saw Cassius Vaughn. He steps in for Bailey, who's out with the hamstring injury. Second down and 10. And they go screen to Starks. And Starks, who steps in today for Ryan Grant, who's out with a kidney bruise, picks up 5.
Well, the very first play of the game, Elvis Dumerville was all over Aaron Rodgers, and that time, that's what they hoped. Elvis Dumerville from Rodgers' left, Von Miller from the right, extremely explosive. And once he really learns how to be an NFL pass rusher, look out.
Third down for the Packers. 3rd and 5 to go. They go for the deep ball. They go for Jennings, and he makes the catch. Ball comes out, but he was down first. They've got him down at the 21-yard line. That's good for 43.
So many times as you watch it, you're going to see it. These two guys are going to double cover Jennings. Well, the problem is, who's got him when he goes deep? So he runs deep, and he goes down the middle. I got him inside. Jim, you got him outside. But when he goes right down the middle of you and full speed, hard to make the decision now to turn the speed on yourself and catch him down the field.
That pass dropped in perfectly right over Jonathan Wilhite. So now from the Denver 21, Jordy Nelson has it. It's outside and is pushed out of bounds by Cassius Vaughn. Jordy Nelson. That goes for 9.
As you watch this quick throw outside, Aaron Rodgers can get it to the sideline so fast that they have a lot of plays where when he throws it outside like that, Jim, you think, well, that was called. No, it's a run play and a pass play, and Aaron Rodgers makes the decision when the ball is snapped which one to execute.
Watch out for Jermarco Finley, lined up on the right side. He caught 3 red zone touchdowns last week. 2nd and 1. Fake into the line, and Rodgers looking for a second option now. And that pass one hopped in there, incomplete. That was Finley who tried to scoop it off the ground.
So you're the Denver Broncos. You come in the game, the first 2 plays, you get on Aaron Rodgers, you hit him twice, feel good. Oh, 3rd down. We got the guy you want to throw to. We have him double covered, and you still let it go. So sometimes, even though you have great plans, physically, you can't get it done because the other team is so good, and that explains Aaron Rodgers and Greg Jennings, 2 exceptional players.
So again, 3rd and a yard, and they will go shotgun still. Spread them out.
Jennings inside.
Rodgers going to the end zone, and wide of the mark, incomplete. That was Donald Driver.
Jim, let's just watch. Here is Greg Jennings. He's going to go down the field. The safety is out of there. So if Aaron Rodgers looks at his #1 receiver, there's nobody there. He could have thrown it into the end zone, probably for a touchdown.
Well, the story here is they're going for it on 4th and 1. Bypassing what would have been a 30-yard field goal. They bring in Crabtree and Quarles, extra tight ends. And they line up in the eye behind Rodgers. They pitch it. He starts, and he is stopped. That is Brian Dawkins who comes up to make the play. And the Denver Broncos defense allows the long pass play to Jennings. But then they force the ball back over on downs. What a play by Dawkins. Well, that may have surprised you. Green Bay had scored on 21 straight red zone drives dating back to last season. But the Bronco defense, including Brian Dawkins, able to stop him on 4th and 1. So it's McGahee. You like the call by the Packers?
I liked everything. The Packers even called the right play, I thought, on 4th down, going outside. But watch James Starks. I think the Packers thought about for a second, let's challenge this. Is he down? Watch the tackle, Brian Dawkins. Awesome job. Look at that. You think nothing hit the ground, but that's what does it. As he rolls off, that right elbow hits the ground. That's why they didn't challenge him. But Brian Dawkins, excellent tackle. Denver said they must be great red zone defense. Good start.
There's a first down throw. Completion to Brandon Lloyd for the first. Picks up 9. We got an update in New York. James Brown.
Jim and Phil, Calvin Johnson is a beast.
JB, unbelievable. The quarterback runs to the spot, and he still can't take it away. Detroit has the lead, thanks to Tony Romo's 3 second half interception. 34-30, the Lions.
First player in NFL history with 4 straight games of 2 touchdown receptions to start the season. Back to Jim and Phil.
And as you come back here, Tim Tebow's at quarterback for the first time this year. Takes the snap, tries to run it up the middle, and there's nothing there. So a little Tebow action here on the second series of the game.
Well, we knew this was coming. We thought we had a secret, but it's been all over TV today.
Yeah.
But that's another story. But Tim Tebow, when he comes in, the first thing you got to do on defense, expect to run. And why is he in there now? Well, they need a little lift on this offense. They've had wide receivers down. They need some extra plays. So you bring in him, and I'm sure they're going to have more plays in there than just having Tim Tebow run up the middle.
Second down and 11. Back is Orton at quarterback, and nice little wiggle by McGahee. In his 9th year, still showing some pretty good moves. That picks up 4. How about a little philosophy here for the Broncos side?
It was just about ready to come out of my mouth. The Denver Broncos, they got to find a way, fool the defense, get the football down the field. Brandon Lloyd, he's the home run hitter. Look at that move down the field, make them run off, and then throw it to him. The Packers right now are attacking the line of scrimmage because they're not worried about any deep passes.
Tight end Daniel Fells getting help to his feet. We'll take a medical timeout here at Green Bay.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com. Sprint. All football, no limits. Only from Sprint. And by the 2011 GMC Sierra. This truck month, there is no better time to trade up to the best Sierra.
We're back at Green Bay, and that is Fells being escorted to the locker room.
It's not good. They're already down a tight end.
Dante Rosario comes in for him. Yeah, Julius Thomas inactive. Rookie they really like out of Portland State. He's out with a high ankle sprain. So
look at this defense. Everybody standing up. Nobody down. They're going to try to time it and rush the line of scrimmage.
Orton fires it in there, and it is caught for a first down. Now a nice catch by Brandon Lloyd in front of Williams for 10 yards and a first.
Well, I'm almost laughing. Look at everybody. Nice job. Oh, no Sean Marino. Pick up, just find a guy and hit him. But that makes a quarterback uneasy, no doubt about it. Kyle Orton a little uneasy there, but still hung in and made a nice throw off balance to the outside. When in doubt today, if I was Kyle Orton, if I look out there and see Brandon Lloyd is covered one-on-one, I am going to him because he is the man in this passing offense.
Yeah, he led the NFL in receiving yardage last year, did Lloyd. And looking down the field, open man again, and it is Lloyd with another catch. That's what you're talking about. Picks up 17, Phil.
Watch the route, top of your screen, going to go inside, speed, burst to the outside. What are you going to do? Then the throw, perfect timing. Good reaction by Williams. But Kyle Orton, what did John Fox say to us last night? You know, he can really spin it.
Yeah, you saw it right there.
Yeah, he throws
serious spin.
Beautiful spirals, easy to catch.
Broncos are telling us that was a knee injury to Fells, questionable to return. Got a first down from the Green Bay 44. Good little fake into the line and another throw. This one wide with the mark going to Decker. Guess what? Dallas blows a 27-3 lead in the second half. Romo threw 2 pick-sixes. At 27-3, it was 27-17 in a hurry, and then back come the Lions all the way back to win it with a couple of unbelievable grabs by Calvin Johnson. And now there are 2 undefeated teams left. The Lions and the Packers right here, because the Bills lost today earlier to the Bengals by a field goal. Second down and 10. And here it goes. That's McGahee down to the 20, stiff arming and going out of bounds near the 15.
Well, I like what they've done so far. The Broncos throw it on first down, then run on the second. And Zane Beadles comes across, gets a good block. Virgil Green, the tight end, nice job.
Picks up 28.
There's the tight end. Anytime you want to cut it back, the backside blocking, the run looks like it might go left. It bends to the right. Virgil Green and the left guard, Zane Beadles, pulled around and also got a good block.
No, Sean Moreno comes in now for McGahee, whose 28-yard gallop sets up. Quick toss over to Lloyd, and he's backed up by Tremont Williams for no gain.
You know, you look at this Denver offense. It's been short of weapons. It has hurted a lot. And of course, Jim, John Fox is the head coach. The culture of this team is different. It's going to be about the defense as time goes on more and more. And the offense going to be tougher because they're going to run it, be a little more patient. The pass attempts are going to go down.
On 2nd and 10, Orton fires it over. Has it and is tackled at the 10 after a gain of 6.
Good decision that time by Kyle Orton. As this game keeps going, though, we talked about it. We saw a couple play action passes where they're trying to get it 20 yards down the field, but they're going to have to go deep down the field. Not here, of course, because they're so close. But these corners of the Packers, they are not afraid. They play it tough, and they're willing to gamble to make that big play, maybe get an interception.
A drive that began with a 4th down stop by that Denver defense. This is the 11th play of the drive, 3rd and 4. Decker unable to shake the ankle tackle and picks up only a yard. That was Morgan Burnett who holds on to stop him 3 yards short of a first.
Yeah, I like the play call. Nice little deception. Fake it going one way, throw the quick screen. You think you're going to get the blocks, but they are athletic on 3rd down, this Green Bay defense. Everybody can run, and that even includes the big defensive lineman.
27-yard field goal. Matt Prater. Again, he's made 31 straight from inside the 40. And the kick is good. Broncos on the board first. John Fox says, way to go, guys. His defense set it up. Tonight on CBS, if you think you know the Good Wife, don't let the name fool you. Catch a new episode on its new night tonight after The Amazing Race, only CBS.
Oh, so don't get fooled. So like if somebody calls me a good guy, say don't be misled. You know,
I tell them that all the time.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Don't let them fool you.
Always don't let the blonde hair.
First off, don't worry, no one's ever accused you of that.
Wow.
I don't get that question. Oh, you're having a good time up here in Green Bay, though. There's nothing quite like a football weekend up here, isn't it?
It is awesome. The fans, look at this stadium. It really is special. There's no doubt about it.
All right, let's see what Cobb can do. Prater has not had a single kick returned this year. He's going to run it from 9 yards deep. This is the first kick coverage of the season for the Broncos. Prater had been 13 of 13 drawing touchbacks. 3-0 Broncos, first quarter.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by National Car Rental. Go national, go like a pro. And by Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Here we go.
Aerial coverage of today's game provided by MetLife. The Packers back home for the first time since September the 8th, a Thursday night season opener for the league. They defeated the Saints, went on the road to win 2 more. And Rodgers, the pocket collapsed because of Doomerville, and Rodgers able to slide for a 1-yard gain and avoid a sack.
Elvis Doomerville, power and leverage. He's about 5'11", 6 foot tall. Watch him against Chad Clifton, and you just worry. He's fast, so is he going to go outside? No, he's going right through you. And Aaron Rodgers, with quick feet, able to get up inside and get away from it. But what a good sign for the Broncos. Their 2 outside rushers having success early.
James Jones has come in as a receiver for the Packers. He's wide to the left. 2nd down and 9. And Driver has the catch, but brought down right away at the 27. Picks up 5 yards.
When you play this Green Bay offense, that you just can't sit back and say, we'll react once he throws it. If you do that, you lose. So you've got to mix it up. You need the blitz. You change your coverages. But more than anything, you got to play some tight man-to-man coverage and make Aaron Rodgers make the perfect throw. And if it is a perfect throw, can you break it up?
Go ahead, 55.
And that's what they're going to do here, it looks like.
Finley wide to the right. The big man who's had such a good start to the season. And Rodgers goes across the middle, and that pass. Yeah, they rule it a catch by Kuhn. There is a flag down.
Yeah, their flag's on the field. Boy, nice job by Aaron Rodgers, just working around using his feet.
Illegal contact, defense, number 52. Penalty is declined. First down.
It was interesting that time on Woodyard where the penalty was, but they all stayed back to try to give it a little different look. And then they hit the receiver once they got 3 and 4 yards off the line of scrimmage, and then tried to cover them tightly.
So a new set of downs at the 32.
Yeah, slip.
You got 3 tight ends in the game. And a carry by Starks. Met quickly and able to fall forward for 2. Vickerson and others surrounding the running back. And you can manage all of your CBS Sports Fantasy football teams on your mobile device. Download the free app today at cbssports.com/mobile. Rodgers with 5 completions in this game to this point to 5 different players. When you look at, including factoring in today's numbers, this is first quarter passing this season.
Well,
30 of 37.
You know, that's Mike McCarthy. They believe in, having their first 10 to 15 plays set. So they've had great success with them so far this year. Today, a little spotty.
Outside Starks. Butts heads and keeps on driving. Boy, he ran into Andre Goodman and just kept on churning. Picks up 16.
Well, it's good blocking. Chad Clifton gets the outside sealed. See what it looks like from up top. Starks going around the side. I love how they do this. They block outside. The fullback goes across, and it gives him that open lane and a lot of green grass. James Starks, what a difference from last year to this year. You can see it on the field. And, of course, confidence. Acts a whole different way in practice, Jim, as we were told.
That's all they talk about when you bring up Starks around here is the swagger, the confidence from rookie year to the next. All kinds of room for Rodgers to throw. And it's caught for a touchdown by Jordy Nelson. 50 yards.
Aaron Rodgers missed this pass in practice, but he doesn't miss it this time. It's again double coverage. Twice their 2 biggest plays of the game came against defenses where they had the wide receivers double covered, but the move down the field so deep, and what a throw by Aaron Rodgers. 50 yards in the air, made it look like he threw a 10.
7-3, the first points allowed this year in the first quarter by the Broncos defense. Do not underestimate Jordy Nelson. They love him on their team here in Green Bay. Well, another touchdown pass for Aaron Rodgers, his 9th of the season against only 1 pick. 24 consecutive home starts with a touchdown pass. This one to Nelson. That will not be run out by Cosby.
Well, Jim, let's go back and look at the touchdown. Here's Jordy Nelson up top. Cassius Vaughn has him 1. Brian Dawkins has him 2. It's deep, but what's the double move by Jordy Nelson that does it? And watch Brian Dawkins. He's backpedaling. Now, you get a receiver running full speed, you're backpedaling like this, you have no chance. Then he's weaved, and then it creates that throwing lane inside for the touchdown. Awesome route by Jordy Nelson. Terrific throw by Aaron Rodgers.
Go!
Gahey takes the handle and picks up about 5. In case you're wondering, that's Phil that has control of the clicker. Rewinding the network.
It's like you sitting in those meetings with me. You're sitting there like your head. Oh,
my head is spinning. Yeah.
Jim, you see this? What are you talking about?
Back and forth, bang, boom.
Well, it takes me a long time to figure things out. So.
I like it.
Yeah, good.
2nd down and 5 for the Broncos.
Go.
And right into the line. Gahey for maybe a yard. Desmond Bishop and others quickly in on him.
Well, we want to talk about, the play action pass. The Denver Broncos ran this last series. The middle linebacker is really full. Then Kyle Orton throws back across the field to Brandon Lloyd. Desmond Bishop can't get there. Believe it or not, Desmond Bishop's job on play action pass is to run back and get underneath the weak side receiver. But the fake was good enough. He couldn't make it.
3rd and 4, and Fells is back into the game for the Broncos. And an interception. Look out. It's Woodson taking it home for the touchdown. Charles Woodson runs it back for another pick 6 in his career.
What we say, you have to be careful throwing the football to the sticks. I think Denver has a tendency to do that. Of course, the Green Bay Packers knew it, and they are sitting on these short routes. Watch Charles Woodson. He doesn't even move. He goes right under it. He knows the situation. I got nothing to worry about. He's looking to undercut the throw. Matt Willis never opened. Kyle Orton just predetermined. Great play by Woodson.
His 11th interception return for a touchdown of his career. Only trails Rod Woodson on the all-time list, who has 12. Orton gives up the touchdown. Charles Woodson and the Packers quickly now up 14-3 first quarter. So Thursday only on CBS. Now we're preparing for this game. Paul Horning over there.
How about that?
It's alumni weekend here in Green Bay. And they're celebrating the 50-year anniversary of this 1961 NFL championship team here. Onside kick, and it is recovered by the Packers. And it's Jordy Nelson who has it.
Well, they watched the first kickoff, and they saw the Broncos retreating before the contact with it, before the kick. Oh, man, it didn't even give it away. What a fake. And look at the defenders. All of them are retreating, going backwards. There's nobody really there even to block. And you can see Quentin Carter, a safety on the outside. He's the only one in the screen for the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, and he was backpedaling, and then he got wiped out. So beautifully executed by Green Bay. And they have the football right back again after scoring a couple of quick touchdowns.
Perfect time to do it.
In 1 minute and 18 seconds. And Rodgers got all kinds of room to plant the feet. That's wide to Michael Finley.
Let's just watch it again, Jim. This is what you look for upstairs. To the left of the screen, the Broncos, retreating. Can't get back up. Well, they start even deep, too. They were 15 yards off before the ball was kicked. You retreat a couple yards. That's a lot of area for the kicking team to come up there and get that football.
So Crosby gets the ball back to the Packers. And it's a 2nd and 10 at the 47.
Little different look on defense. 3 down line.
Nelson at the grab to the 45 of Denver, maybe the 46. It'll be 3rd and 3.
Well, you talk about Green Bay, and really, I know you hear analysts, we always, we were at practice and they look great and this and that. Well, they do look great in Green Bay. You got Aaron Rodgers throwing it. And I started laughing once during practice. You guys go, yeah, he needs a few more weapons.
Yeah.
Poor Aaron. You know, they draft Randall Cobb, they can't even get him on the field hardly. They got so many guys to throw the football to.
He's going to run out the first quarter with the score. Green Bay 14 and Denver 3 will return after these messages. You're watching the NFL on CBS. starting here at Lambeau Field. And the Broncos had one drive that led to a Prater field goal. But Green Bay gets the long strike to Nelson, then the interception and return by Woodson.
Two big pass plays, though. All Denver said, we can't give up the big play. Easy to say, hard to do.
Yep, giving up several. Third down and completion for the first to Finley to the 37. Got an update on the Dolphins and the Chargers. James Brown has it from New York.
Jim and Phil, here is Bill Cowher's fantasy duo.
Yeah, he told us in the pregame show, Phillip Rivers throwing, and he was going to throw it to Vincent Jackson. And he does. Great catch. Now get up. Now get in the end zone. 55 yards later, it's a touchdown. 7-7. Chargers.
Just like Bill Cowher drew it up. Back to Jim Nantz and Phil Simms.
All right, so 7-7. Innings from knocked out of the game there for the Dolphins. That starts running. He's down to about the 32. He's up 5. Yeah, it sounds a little strange, doesn't it? But Green Bay trying to win to keep pace with the Detroit Lions, who are now 4-0. What a victory at Dallas today.
Well, they have two things going. Why you can make comebacks on the road anytime. They can rush the passer, and they can throw it down the field to a set of receivers that are as good as anybody in the NFL. Those two things work under pressure.
And again, the only two unbeatens now in the game, Lions and Packers. Second down and 5. There goes screen, starts. There's the first at the 25, ridden down by Woodyard.
And this offense, they got me looking everywhere. I'm looking down the field here. Oh, it's a screen. So Aaron Rodgers looks right, then comes back left. Nice out in front. Scotty Wells, good job. And TJ Lang always, I say it every week, offensive linemen on screens, hit the ground, make them jump over you. Then it gives that runner just a little bit more of an edge, and they'll get it done.
It's Ryan Grant on the sidelines, not in uniform today, out with the kidney bruise, inactive after having a nice game last week at Chicago. First down and 10. There's Todd, able to squirt to the 10.
The other thing that makes this Packer defense, this offense so explosive, Aaron Rodgers, when in doubt, just moves. The coverage is good, but when the quarterback just rolls right and throws a rifle shot into Randall Cobb, what are you going to do? On the run, awesome.
14 yards to the rookie out of the University of Kentucky. 7th different receiver to catch a Rodgers pass in this game. And first down, run by Rodgers up the middle and in for the touchdown. And he gets to enjoy a Lambeau leap of his own.
Donald Driver's down in the end zone. What they're doing, they're playing man-to-man coverage, and they're taking the safeties, looking outside. There is nobody to look at the quarterback, and that's all quarterbacks. Know that defense, run when you can.
With Driver down. Take a timeout here in Green Bay. They had to help Donald Driver, their all-time receiver, Green Bay history, to the bench. Now Crosby adds the point after. 3 touchdowns in 4 minutes and 50 seconds. Pass play, an interception return, and now a rush touchdown by Rodgers. 21-3.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Best Buy. KFC popcorn chicken. Today tastes so good. And by Allstate, dollar for dollar. Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate.
Well, big plays by the Packers offense, their defense, and special teams. Set up by an onside kick, their latest score. That's Cassius Vaughn now getting the returning duties and cutting outside nicely. Still maneuvering up to the 31. First, the Driver injury. Let's show you what happened there. Rodgers racing to the end zone in his Dawkins suit.
Dawkins misses, comes across, and just catches him on the shin.
Right below the knee.
They're taking him off.
Yeah. 13 spectacular years. Donald Driver's been such a big part of the community here. Spoken hundreds of times here locally to kids. Community service, his message always never give up. First down and 10. McGahee for about 3.
Jim, let's just go look at the touchdown. I'm going to show you how easy it is, why you got to be careful. It's man-to-man coverage underneath, but look at the safeties. So there's nobody watching Aaron Rodgers. And here he goes. And look at that. Look at the green grass. There is nobody watching him. The defensive lineman giving that lane to run in. Easy touchdown. What did John Fox say offhandedly to us last night?
Second down and 8. And that's Lloyd. Go ahead.
There you go!
Lloyd out to the 48.
He just said, this Aaron Rodgers can run too, but look at it from overhead. Look just how easy it is, and this is a good scheme. It's a nice thought, but if your quarterback has any ability, he's going to get it. And when he scores on runs, there's the championship belt.
Yeah, the whole, if you will, championship belt that, well, Aaron Rodgers in the offseason was given an honorary black belt, actually.
That's right.
One of his biggest thrills, he's told us in the offseason. First down and 10. Another step moving back to Orton. Wide open. Is Lloyd waiting for it. And has to fall to the ground to catch it. Tackled at the 5. Would have been a touchdown if there were a little more air under it. Goes for 44 yards.
2 things. Watch the fake by Noshawn Marino. Look at all that movement. He judges it perfectly. And then Kyle Orton has, of course, he plays it a little safe. Brandon Lloyd plays it safe. Now can they cash in? But a great call by Mike McCoy. Good timing, but more than anything, good execution.
So ball at the 5. Yeah, heck of a job there by Moreno. He set that up as well as I've ever seen. Orton throws, got his target, and has a touchdown to Decker. Eric Decker from 5 yards out already with his 4th touchdown of the year, 1 on a punt return, and now 3 via the air.
Eric Decker, they bunched the receivers up. Nice inside receiver, breaks out. It confuses the assignments of all the defensive backs. That's what it did that time. And Eric Decker's a big target, so he's really the perfect little slot receiver to throw to.
Boy, did Orton sing his praises last night to us.
Yeah, he should. He's going to be a really good, solid NFL wide receiver for sure.
He says people underestimate his speed. Extra point, good by Prater. We've actually had 4 touchdowns in this game in less than 7 minutes of action. This one, an Orton touchdown toss to Decker.
It's a new kind of lingo. Pink like the Deco umbrella. It's king, but you don't ever tell her.
And you can join the NFL's Crucial Catch campaign in the fight against breast cancer. You see, the drive took 4 plays. The flea flicker, the big one, down to Lloyd. And here's going to be a run out by Cobb. He is such a weapon. Look at him, bangs past the 20 and then gets hit in the shoulder at the 26. Yeah, you can visit NFL.com/auction to bid on authentic game-worn NFL pink products. All proceeds benefit the American Cancer Society. Pretty good little comeback there by the Broncos, who were suddenly just in the blink of an eye down 21-3.
Well, they did what everybody has done so far this year to this Green Bay defense. It's fast, it's athletic, they all want to make plays, they overcommit, so they throw the flea flicker, and it was perfect timing.
Rodgers will take this snap from under center.
Oh, flip.
Run right side to start. Traffic right away, and he's pushed back only a yard. Joe Mays coming up to make that first hit.
Denver defense, I've liked what I've seen I know today's been rough. Can't say I like what I've seen today, but coming into this game, you could see the potential is there with a few of the players, and Dumerville being back really helps. And Dennis Allen, the defensive coordinator, they're very aggressive in their play calls. So they're not afraid to challenge. They do a lot of blitzing, catches teams off guard. I don't know if they're going to be all-out blitzing today against Aaron Rodgers.
2nd and 9. Here they come after Rodgers, and they sack him. Von Miller, the rookie out of Texas A&M, picks up his 3rd sack.
Well, he's going against Orlando Franklin, a second-year offensive tackle, has to step in. Elvis Dumerville to one side. Oh, my gosh, again, just pushing Chad Clifton right by the quarterback. But Von Miller, fast outside pass rusher. But what happens is when you got fast guys, he's another one. They worry about getting beat to the outside, so he runs you over or goes in and gets the sacks.
The highest ever selection by the Broncos in history, 2nd overall in the draft. And again now 3 sacks in just his 4th career game. 3rd and forever, and Rodgers on the run again, and he'll slide down at the 22. And tagged at that point by DJ Williams.
Good change up. I hate 3-man rushes, but Denver does it. 3 guys rushing the quarterback, but they're fast. So even though he gets out, he's feeling the heat from behind, or he thinks it's coming, and doesn't take a chance with a throw down the field. Good series for the Denver defense.
Meste will punt to Cosby. This one bounces at the 43 and gets a generous rollout inside the 30. 49 yards on the punt. Denver's offense coming back out after driving it down the field last time for a touchdown.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the One, the Accord from Honda, and by Fidelity Investments. Turn here.
Well, there could have been a flag on this last play.
How about that? Tom Crabtree the whole time had Nate Irving, the rusher, number 56, by the face mask. Well, can't catch them all.
Go. First down Broncos. Play action fake. Wharton steps up, goes deep ball for Lloyd again. A leaping catch, and he makes it. There is a flag back in the Broncos backfield.
Bringing it back. What a throw.
Will wipe out a 50-yard pass play.
Illegal hands to the face. Offense number 68. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Well, Denver said they wanted to go deep today, and that was, they had their shot, and they hit it. Zane Beadles, the left guard, against B.J. Raji. There it is here in the middle. Yeah, he's got his hand on the face. Not only does he put it there, it stays there for a long time, but Brandon Lloyd, we talked about it. He's the home run hitter. Kyle Orton, when in doubt, look at 84.
Brandon Lloyd, whose career was resurrected in Denver. He had this 4-year stretch going through Washington, Chicago, and even when he first came to Denver, only had some 59 catches in 4 years. Taken off with this, McGahee outside 30. And brought down by Burnett. And a gain of 14.
You know, I like that call in so many ways. The run play, they love this off-tackle run. The Denver Broncos do, again, nice block to the outside, allows McGahee to break inside, but it was a quick count. So the crowd, there's Decker on the outside, gets Woodson, takes him inside, gets him down.
Second down on a slip. Moreno and into the line, no gain. Third and 7 coming up for Denver.
Well, nothing else. I think this was a big key I was going to talk about today, but we hadn't even gotten close to holding true. Denver methodically get a few first downs, slow the game down, let the clock run, take that rhythm and energy away from the Packers defense and offense.
Got the first down. And that's out to the 48-yard line. Matthew Willis with his first catch goes for 15. So I'm watching the tape with you this week. You said, watch the Broncos on third down. They always go right to the yardage needed. That's how you scouted it. And obviously, the Packers saw that too, and it led to that pick six return by Woodson in the first quarter.
No question. And really, if I see it in limited watching, what do the coaches see?
First down carry, McGahee for a couple. And unforgettable, TV's #1 new drama. It's Tuesday night at 10 here on America's #1 network. Detective who remembers everything. Kind of got one of those minds like you do. McGahee, 66 yards. Pretty good piece of running. The man who came over from the Ravens is a free agent in the offseason. 2nd and 8. Leave the middle of the field open. That goes for 5 yards with McGahee.
Well, good pass protection. The Broncos are getting some runs inside. They've broken outside a couple times. And I'll tell you the one thing, as John Fox comes in, and as he tries to change his team, it is going to be more about the defense. But being a little more patient with the run game, Jim, what it does, it really toughens your whole team up. It gives you a different personality. It's not going to happen overnight, but here we are in week 4. You can already see some of those facts to it.
3rd and 3. He's going to run for the first. All the way down to the Green Bay 36. Remember, this is a drive where they had a 50-yard pass play called back, and then they had to come overcome again a long penalty.
Again, all the pass coverage down the field, nobody watching the quarterback. Why would you? You say, what's Kyle Orton? They didn't even talk about it during the week. Let's don't let him out of the pocket. He stands in there and usually makes the throw down the field, but a good job, a good sense. They're not open, pull it down and run.
Orton, who played 33 games in his career at Chicago when he was drafted out of Purdue. This is his 33rd game at Denver. First down, give Moreno. Work in the middle of the field with that running game. And that goes for about 4.
Well, what they've done, Jim, we talked about it. What did I say early? They are attacking the line of scrimmage, that Green Bay defense. And now as I'm watching this drive, what are they doing after that long pass was called back? You better back up here a little and make them work their way down the field. That way, we have so many good athletes. That's what the Packers think. Somebody will make a play to stop the drive.
You saw Mike McCoy, offensive coordinator who was on the Green Bay practice squad as a quarterback back in 1995. And 2nd down and 6. Orton has good time, and he's going to Decker. What a catch! He turns around and makes the catch for a touchdown. 33 yards.
That was a good job by Kyle Orton, just looking down the field. It was man coverage, and he didn't panic. The protection was so good. As he looks down the field, he goes, I got one-on-one here, and he throws it out, and what an adjustment in the air. We talk about back shoulder throws and all that, Jim. The wide receivers in this league, I don't know how you cover any of them down the field.
He had Morgan Burnett turned around. That's the 4th touchdown of the year already for Decker. That's been at least 25 yards, plus a 5-yarder in this quarter earlier. 5 overall on the season.
Well, it's a really simple play. If you want to get the football down the field, this is what you kind of do, Jim. You run what they call seams. And here's Decker is going to go right down the field against the safety. Here he is, because this motion man draws the corner out. So watch Kyle Orton as he drops back. And as he looks, now you got a safety on a wide receiver, and Decker goes right by him. And then how about the throw? Instead of throwing it up the field, he throws it outside, and Decker makes the pivot. Well, that's really well done. But the formation and the design of the play is what allowed him to get Eric Decker on a safety.
Of course, this is a Packers secondary, Phil, that's adjusting to life without Nick Collins out with the neck injury.
Well, Morgan Burnett has really played well coming into this game. Clay Matthews just a little late, but overall, couple things. Running the football well enough to make the Packers think about it, and then throwing the ball down the field. I have not seen it like this from the Denver Broncos this year. They promised us last night, well, they didn't promise us, we're going to do it 4 or 5 times. And I just wanted to go, that's not enough. You need to throw it more down the field. Having wonderful success, though, doing it here today.
Raiders kick, no chance. It's 6 yards beyond the in line. By the way, this CBS team that travels around the country, we all want to, this crew wants to say congratulations to one of our teammates, a longtime truck guy for our crew, Richie Bracco, and his wife Tanya, welcoming their first child, Gabriella.
Beautiful. Congratulations.
By the way, yes. Richie, if you're watching, we have a problem in the truck. You wouldn't mind giving us a call? Everything's fine. Congratulations to you and your family.
Of course, Packers 3 timeouts. For them, this is plenty of time. That's not even in question. Spread the offense out. Make it easy for Aaron Rodgers to see where to throw it.
Go to Jennings for 7. Well, this was 21-3. It looks like blowout city up here in Green Bay. And all of a sudden, the Broncos come back. And they go deep a couple of times, and it works.
Well, we were trying to figure out last night when we left the Broncos hotel, are they confident or they just realize, what the heck? You know, they're too good. But there was a little bit of an air of confidence talking to them. They knew they'd have a chance to make some plays.
Starts. He stopped about a half-yard shy of a first. By the way, Andy Rooney is certainly an American icon. He's about to make his last regular appearance on 60 Minutes. You don't want to miss it. That's tonight. Only CBS. 3rd and 1, and Rodgers keeps it, gets it.
Boy, he just got it. At first he didn't. He hung in there. You don't see Aaron Rodgers run too many quarterback sneaks.
Finley pushes a couple of Broncos away. He says, guys, get back over to your huddle.
What that did, they just got that first down. They used the clock very well. Now they almost ensure they're trying to keep the Denver from getting it back in good field position.
Yep, 2-minute warning is here at Lambeau Field. 21-17 Packers. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Coming up, the Sprint halftime report. JB, Dan, Shannon, Boomer, Coach Power, all the latest scores and highlights. I'll send you back to the Sprint halftime report here shortly.
Well, just listen to Shannon today. He's having a great day, right?
Well, he's on this media guide cover for the Broncos. Our teammate, as Rodgers is going to tuck it under and get dragged down after a 3-yard gain. What do you mean by that?
Well, he's some of the highlights. The greatest play I've ever seen. So he's having
the big
fun.
Touchdown pass,
yes,
where he squeezed out.
Well, they had a couple other ones too.
2nd down and 6.
We got 58 fans. Double fan.
Packers have all the timeouts. On the slant, running Jennings in stride to the 48 of Denver.
Well, that was something. They had a blitz. The Broncos are expecting a quick inside pass, but Jennings goes vertical, and that is tough to cover if you're a defensive player.
It goes for 18. They still hold on to their timeouts as we move to 1:10 to go. Rodgers has hit his last 6 throws. But Starks. And they converge on him quickly, including Woodyard. Holds him to 1.
Well, he played well last week in Tennessee, Woodyard, and here he is again today. I've seen him on a couple tackles.
Timeout Packers. Woodyard got your attention this week when you were reading up about him.
Yeah, and DJ Williams comes back and they say, okay, you're out. Put him back in. But yeah, he did.
Leadership.
Well, leadership, you're right, Jim. I'm sorry. He's played 8 years of football, 4 at Kentucky, 4 here. He's been the captain all 8 years. So that
pretty good.
That tells you something
pretty good
about
when you walk
he
in
is.
as a freshman in college.
A freshman in college, yes.
And they designate you captain.
He goes in, takes charge, full of energy, very professional. Players love him, of course. They're the ones that vote him captain.
1:01 to go in the half. 2nd and 9 for the Packers Now operating on the Denver side from the 48. And that's Jones. Another weapon on the outside for 9 in the first. Picks up 14, actually. Rodgers going down the sideline, and that was intended for Nelson. Flying over there, trying to make a play on a pick, was Raheem Moore, their rookie out of UCLA.
Yeah, Raheem Moore, they're really happy with him at safety. Youth, speed, you take him and Von Miller both. You go, that's 2 pretty good draft picks. They're going to serve you well for a lot of years. Then you have a right tackle in Newhouse in Denver. They get 3 big-time starters right away for their football team out of the draft.
Yep, Moore, second rounder. Of course, Miller, the second overall selection.
Go 55.
With 37 seconds. And second down and 10. Starks, 25 down to the 20. There it was down and able to spin away. It was kind of like that 4th down stop earlier in the game where he spun around. This time, nothing touched. No elbow, nothing. Picks up 16, takes it all the way to the 17.
Little timeout. You cover him down the field. This is what has to be so frustrating. Oh, my gosh. He takes care of Von Miller with a little check at the line of scrimmage. But you cover down the field. You do it so well. Then Aaron Rodgers goes, let me dump it. And look what James Starks does with the football once he gets it. And he's definitely not down. The hand, the foot, they're both legal. And gets about 3, 4, 5 extra yards.
Rodgers now with 210 yards passing in this game. Again, this halftime report is coming up. The JB, Dan Shannon, Boomer, and Coach Cowher. Recaps of the early games and the updates from the late window. Woodson, a difference maker in this game already with his interception return for a touchdown. Coming out of a Green Bay timeout, they're left with 1. Rodgers to Jennings, and a Green Bay touchdown.
You just can't let these guys run off the line of scrimmage free every time. And Aaron Rodgers had multiple ways to throw a touchdown that time. He goes to the surest hand guy on his football team, Greg Jennings.
This looked like what we saw in practice on Friday.
It did. It
just
was
running up and down the field, tossing it around, all kinds of options, as you said. This was 80 yards in 2 minutes and 57 seconds. And the Packers answer back.
Well, you know, it's not the West Coast offense. Usually it's short throw routes across the field, but this offense is vertical. And here's what I mean. Here's Greg Jennings. He's going to go up. On the other side, they go up. You got one guy really to cover 2. So you're Aaron Rodgers as the play takes off. You watch the safety. He's looking down the middle. Nobody hits Jennings. Look at him in the slot. You don't touch him. Free release, that is about as easy as you can get it in the NFL.
Well, he was never touched at any point on this play. Look at this.
Yep, right up the middle. You're trying to disguise the defense. You're not going to fool Aaron Rodgers with a zone disguise.
I think he said, what happened? No one put a glove on me.
But this is different than what I was saying, Jim. John Fox, years ago when he played Mike McCarthy, they had all those short slant routes, everybody running, getting rid of the football quick. Times have changed in Green Bay in the NFL. Now it's about going down the field, having vertical passing games like we just saw there, and they are awesome at it.
You always hear people talking about going vertical in football now, and this is the definition of it. No question. Saturday, the Florida Gators will tangle with top-ranked LSU. Right here on CBS, 3:30 Eastern Time. Tim and Spencer will get it started on college football today at 3 o'clock. That's next weekend. Florida, LSU, CBS.
You know, it's easy for me to coach from up here, but if I was the Denver Broncos, I definitely would make sure I hit Greg Jennings, Jordy Nelson, Jermichael Finley at the line of scrimmage, and then keep the safeties back there to help them.
They go to the locker room. The Packers with the lead at 28-17. Rodgers with 2 touchdown passes, and he ran for another. And he's over 200 yards passing. Back with the Sprint halftime report after this message and a word from your local station. Green Bay leads Denver 28-17. Third quarter just a couple of minutes away. Aaron Rodgers with another big first half here. With 50 yards to Jordy Nelson to make it 7-3 Packers. He also ran for a score in that first half. Yes, the Broncos showed some spice with 2 touchdown passes to Decker. A late score, Rodgers to Jennings. And we'll continue after this message and a word from your local station. Green Bay will be receiving the second half kickoff with that 28-17 lead. Let's take a look at the NFL Mobile Recap presented by Verizon. First touchdown of the game for the Packers. Rodgers to Nelson. You knew this was coming after watching it unfold in practice this week.
A couple times in practice, they made it work here in the game.
Nelson would later recover an onside kick to set up another touchdown.
Well, this is what you worry about when you receive the kick against a great offensive team, that they'll have a 2-minute drive and be successful and then get the kickoff in the second half.
They've already done part 1 of that equation. Again, very deep. He had that 108-yard run back in the season opener to tie the NFL record of Ellis Hobbs. Did it for New England back in 08. Okay, it's 28-17. Second half. Orton, by the way, second quarter was 6 of 6, 120 and 2 touchdown passes.
Yeah, he played very well. Nice adjustment by their offense. The question is, can their defense find a way to slow down this Green Bay Packers offense? I think that's going to be the hard part for them.
Can you believe Donald Driver is back in the game?
Saw him run out of the tunnel, and he
was in agony. And he got hit inadvertently by Brian Dawkins on the Rodgers touchdown run.
Go back to that look. They had success with the end of the first half. 5 wide receivers.
They'll spread it out right away, and they hit Finley. Finley in a seam to the 36, and a pickup of 16. Ridden down DJ Williams. Decker with 2 touchdown catches today, 4 on the season, plus a punt return. And meanwhile, Rodgers accounting for 3 scores. 2 passes, 1 rush. Also Woodson interception return for a touchdown. That's got us at 28-17. Big toss over to Nelson. Able to hurdle past the first hit. Jump right past Cassius Vaughn and able to take it for 16.
Well, that was one of those double plays. It was a run. Aaron Rodgers said, nope, I'll throw the pass outside. Look what they did in the first half. Well, 3, 4 big plays. And you hope going into a game, Jim, in the NFL that, hey, if we can get 4 or 5 big plays for the total game, counting both sides of the ball, we're in good shape. Well, they did it all in the first half.
They start the second half with 2 16-yard pass plays. And now from the Denver 48. And there's a sack. Able to get hold of him by the ankles was Von Miller, his 2nd sack of the day.
Yeah, it was awesome. Good job by Von Miller. Bottom of your screen there. Look, coming around. Gets right around him that time and is able to get the sack. Newhouse making his first start this year. Unable to get Von Miller on the speed move. But Von Miller and Elvis Dumerville, they're doing their job. The problem is Aaron Rodgers just get rid of the football so fast. Can't slow down the outside receivers.
2nd and 13. Has thrown a little behind Finley with Dawkins on the coverage. We talked to Brian Dawkins last night. He'd like to get into coaching after his playing days.
Yeah, what did he say? He goes, I want to definitely start out high school coaching. Got a son that's a freshman in high school. Like to coach him for a few years.
Well, Brian Jr.
And the big thing about Brian Dawkins, 16 years, and what did he call himself? A contact safety.
Yep.
So he's not comes up, makes the tackles, does what he has to do, and just been a tremendous leader his whole career, Philadelphia and in Denver too.
13 years in Philadelphia. They miss him back there. 3rd and 13, and Rogers pass. That is ruled a catch. A diving grab by James Jones.
Boy, tremendous coverage down the field. Then he gets the football. Cassius Vaughn makes him go around, and look at that bend inside. The low throw, it's very safe. Wow, what a catch.
3rd and 13, and they pick up 18.
But when you do it all the time in practice and you throw a lot in games, Jim, you just get good at making spectacular throws, and the receivers, through the repetitions, they get used to making spectacular catches.
Starks trying to get the edge and won't. Dumerville runs him out, no gain.
But you know, the Green Bay Packers, they do so much. They have their tight ends. They get under the center. He has big play action passes, which we saw to Jordy Nelson. But when they put the 5 wide receivers in, to me, what do you do on the defensive side? The quarterback's mobile. He'll run on you like he did for the touchdown. And you can't get up there and play bump and run on all 5 receivers.
Cassius Vaughn coming over.
Mike McCarthy says our offense, we throw it to set up the run.
First penalty. Good piece of tackling coming up to make the play. Jonathan Wilhite, the former Patriot, holds him to 3.
And you know, when you throw it so much, you're able to make quick decisions. No outside, then stands up. Look at that, jumps up, makes the throw. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, that's what separates him, in my eyes, from the other quarterbacks in the NFL. He has all the deliveries. He can throw it off balance, tremendous on the run. And when there's a small window, nobody can drive it in like he can. Nobody. He is the best hard thrower of the football in the league right now.
Has to get to the 23 for a first. 3rd down. Throw is knocked away. No, there's a flag. It's going to be on Wilhite. Trying to guard Greg Jennings, and that'll give the Packers another 1st down.
Well, what I do like, if you look, Jim, these last couple 3rd down throws.
Interference, defense, number 29. Ball will be spotted at the spot of the foul. 1st down.
Jennings was slow to get to his feet, and he jogs to the sideline.
What you notice, these last, at least Jennings in the slot, gets inside. He has the arm there. He did not pull him. It's the look. So if he pulled him, you'd have seen the wide receiver turn towards the defender. I did not. You are allowed to put your hand on the back of receivers in the NFL.
1st down from the 21. There's Nelson again, and he is swung around and out of bounds into 13 by Cassius Vaughn. Again, Vaughn in there today with Champ Bailey, inactive with a hamstring.
Keeping the pace going. I think one complaint that Aaron Rodgers kind of had about the Green Bay Packer offense, he goes, I think we pull off too quick. In other words, once we get rolling, let's go. Don't tell me we're going to manage the game the last 1/4 1/2. Let's keep going, pressuring the defense. Didn't do that last week in Chicago.
Jennings back in after missing a snap, and the draw starts. No gain. Woodyard came up and met him head on the line of scrimmage.
Well, there's no doubt, right? As you watch it here, Jim, with me, if the Denver Broncos have decided we're going to get up there a little tighter, because that philosophy you had in the 1st half, that's not going to work. It has no chance.
It did not work.
And Dennis Allen, you know, you can't be afraid. And Brian Dawkins said it. We are not afraid. They have not blitzed Aaron Rodgers maybe as much as I thought they would.
3rd and a yard. Jones is the lone receiver to the right. They go inside. John Kuhn has the 1st down. Picks up 3.
Well, he did the usual. Great decoy by Aaron Rodgers. Snap count, looking around, quick snap. Kuhn gets in there, but Scotty Wells and Josh Sitton, number 71, the right guard, do a good job of really just pushing the pile. Look how far they're down the field, and the running back follows.
So 1st and goal to go. Opening drive, 3rd quarter. 11th play of this drive. Again was trying to run to the end zone. They got caught from behind by Von Miller.
Well, a little different defense this time. They were not going to let him run up there. 58 gets off the blocker, gets away from Newhouse and makes the tackle. But there were linebackers and defenders coming fast at Aaron Rodgers that time.
No sack, that picked up a yard on that play. Miller already has 2 sacks. This is their drive down the field, trying to do the double you talked about, scoring with seconds to go in the first half. Coming out, receiving the second half kickoff. 2nd and goal, and Rodgers inside the 5 and down to the 1. He wants the touchdown, and they say no.
It could be. If it looks like it's a touchdown and we see a replay, would Mike McCarthy challenge? Was he on the back of a receiver? Good footwork, go open up in the pocket.
Ooh, that might be a touchdown.
Well, from that angle, it looks like it. The first angle might be a little more discrepancy.
Mike McCarthy tosses the flag, the challenge flag.
And I would, if I was Mike McCarthy, looking at the score.
Green Bay is challenging the ruling on the field.
And you don't want to try a 4th down run in the NFL from close. It's so hard to get.
We'll see.
Well, it's a close call. Watch Aaron Rodgers. Woodyard, he falls right on top of. He plants his hand. It's all good so far. As he reaches out, he knows he's close. He keeps his body off the ground. And as it comes forward, all that has for a touchdown, if the tip of that football is touching any part of that white line, that is a touchdown. Very close to call. It's so close, I think they're going to leave the football where it's at.
Well, you don't think it's conclusive enough?
It's just so close. You're really...
After reviewing the play, the quarterback got the ball in the end zone prior to his knee touching on the ground. It's a touchdown. Please reset the game clock to 8:26. Green Bay is not charged with a timeout.
Sorry. I could have stumbled with my words a little bit longer and I wouldn't have had to make that prediction. But Scott Green saw enough evidence. I thought it was just so close. But he thought that Aaron Rodgers, the tip of that football hit that white line. It's a touchdown.
Well, he's now thrown for 2 and run for 2. He's the first Packer quarterback with 2 rushing touchdowns in a game since Favre in Dallas back in 1995. And now Crosby. It's good. So they get that touchdown in the last seconds of the first half. It come right out to start the 3rd quarter with a touchdown drive again. 35-17. Sean Moreno.
Oh, man.
My goodness.
It's not going well. The stationary bikes are breaking down.
See what they do here in 2 to run Green Bay. They go with McGahee for about 2, maybe 3. It's been a long time since that offense has really had a real play. They had a kneel down before halftime, but it's been almost 50 minutes real time since Orton last threw a pass.
Yeah, it's tough. You know, you're over there and you're going, wow, they are just shredding our defense. Let's see if we can go out and maybe control. No, you know what? That's all gone. Now you can just do whatever it takes to score. Don't be worried about trying to protect your defense. Well, what does they say? That horse is out of the barn.
2nd and 8. Orton picks up the first. The pass to Virgil Green, another rookie they found in the draft in the 7th round out of Nevada. Woodson brings him down. Orton did not miss again in that second quarter, going in this direction. 6 of 6, 120 yards and 2 touchdown throws.
Well, you take away the interception, of course. You can say this about a lot of games, take away something, but it's been very sharp, on target. And the biggest thing of all, they're getting the ball down the field. They have a few times today.
On first down, and it's over to Lloyd. Nice route he runs there to the 39. Working on Sam Shields for 16. Keep up with the NFL when you're on the go. The NFL's mobile apps are all new for the 2011 season. Go to NFL.com/mobile and learn more. Lloyd is over 100 on the game, 113 yards receiving. That is McGahee. Here another first. Now we've got an update. Let's take it to James Brown in New York.
New England does not believe in back-to-back losses.
No, they don't, JB. When you're tired of throwing the football, you just hand it off the right side to Steven Ridley. He takes this ball 33 yards, put the Pats up 24-10 over the Raiders, but the Raiders are driving.
24-10, New England, 7-11 left in the third. Jim Nance, Phil Simms.
All right, the rookie running back getting some work today for Belichick's Patriots. They're up 14. That last run was good for 10 in the first. McGahee getting another call. Running into Clay Matthews for only a yard. You met with Clay Matthews on Friday. What did you think of your visit?
Well, of course, it was very enlightening. And Clay Matthews, I know the statistics are not high, but everything I watched, I like the way he's playing. He's missed a couple sure sacks, 6 tackles for losses, and the effort is high. And remember, too, when Green Bay gets up and they're ahead of you, they're not going to let Clay Matthews be a pass rusher.
Line.
Unfortunately, he's judged on one thing. How many sacks do you have?
On 2nd and 10, there's a flag down as Orton goes to the end zone, and just a little too much for Brandon Lloyd. Let's check the flag.
Illegal shift, offense, number 84. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Well, we were talking about Clay Matthews and all that family history. It's pretty remarkable when you get down to it.
There's the father, Clay.
Yep.
Played 19 years in the NFL.
Or his Uncle Bruce played 19 years. He's got a younger brother, Chase, who's playing at Oregon. You think about his father, his uncle. It's 38 years in the NFL. They never got to a Super Bowl. He got his ring in his 2nd year. Young Clay. His grandfather played in the league as well.
Right, his brother's playing with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yep, 2nd down and 14. And Moreno's off the bike and taking off the screen pass to the 26.
Perfect call by the offense. Mike McCoy right in rhythm, expected blitz. They got the screen pass away from Kyle Orton's right. You'll see, here comes Woodson. They're coming free. Let them go. Good blocking outside. J.D. Walton getting in the way.
It's going to be a 3rd down coming up. Moreno, he had bodies collapsing on him. Lance Ball has come in for the first time in the Denver backfield. Flanking the quarterback. Need to get to the 19 for a first. And they have the first, and the ball's out. Picked up by Burnett. Burnett picks up the fumble out to the 14. They may want to check, make sure he had full grasp of that catch. It was Fells with the catch. Stripped away by Bishop, recovered by Burnett.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. And by Chrysler, imported from Detroit.
Aerial coverage of this game provided by MetLife. I thought we might see a challenge flag come out from the Broncos sideline, but no. And they had a chance during that break upstairs to look at it.
You're right.
It's going to hold up as a fumble and a recovery by Burnett. The fake to Starks and Rogers. DJ Williams, nice open field tackle. It's only a 1-yard gain.
Well, Daniel Fells going right down the middle. Desmond Bishop here's the catch, secures it, does have possession, and then it takes it a while before it's knocked out. Now, how you judge, is it a catch or not? You judge it by full speed. When you watch it full speed, it's not bang, bang, so you know it's a catch. That's how you judge it. Even if you get your feet down, you have possessions, if it's a bang, bang play, it's incomplete. So you got to be careful how you judge the rule.
Starks through the hole. There is a flag now. It's coming back. He's taken out of bounds near the 22. So the Broncos throw it.
Holding. Offense. Number 63. 10-yard penalty. Second down.
Scott Wells, the center. Talk about mistakes, though. They throw the touchdown pass run back by Woodson, and then they would have had first down, 1st and goal inside the 5.
They would. Big play. And, you know, I think John Fox, after you watch those replays, if there was any hope at all, Jim, he would have thrown that flag, because you just go, wow, this could be the game, even though it's third quarter. And you can't afford to lose points if you're the Denver Broncos against this team.
Second down and 16 after the 5 yards. Stepped off against the Packers. And Rodgers in stride. It's caught, but he spins away. If he gets his legs, no one to stop him, but he never was able to really get fully balanced because Dawkins caught up to him. That is a speedster right there, Randall Cobb. And it goes for 61 yards. What a job breaking the tackle.
Inside receiver, Randall Cobb, and this is just, well, I don't know what to say. I got a lot of terms. He just fires it in there. Again, Jim, it's the vertical passing game. Going up the field, just finding seams against zone defenses and let the quarterback's talent make the play. And it was tight. And Randall Cobb, he caught the fastball, and then, of course, you said it, very talented after the catch.
Got away from Mays and Moore all the way to the Denver 31. Duck pass. Starks has it for another 9. Well, Starks, it's not like the ground game has been something they've needed today.
He's good enough.
Caught 5 balls, though.
Yes.
Starks with 8 carries for 26 yards.
Aaron Rodgers, 23 of 29. Oh my gosh, 359. These numbers, but well, you know the thing about the Packers, very few cheap throws. You know, it's not like screens, and these are like, let me rip it down the field, throws and catches. That's the difference in their numbers to some of the others. The others have the cute screens, a lot of plays where they fool the defense. The Packers just do it with talent.
Second and 1. Got a first on this one, and he's dropped out of bounds, picks up 6 on the first. Boy, James Starks. Yep. We talked to Aaron Rodgers about him, the second-year running back out of Buffalo. He said, you know, last year it was almost a laughing stock because he was always injured. He missed the first 11 games last year. Yeah. And once Grant went out, they had to ride the rookie through the postseason. Boy, did he step up.
Didn't know what to do with the offense last year. Always making mistakes, stumbling and fumbling around, doing everything. And like you said, they had a little fun with it, but he answered it for them down at the end, and it just changed everything about him as a player this year.
Confident. They fake to him inside, and they go to the end zone, and another touchdown, Green Bay. James Jones this time gets in on the action. Boy, did Rodgers toss that one perfectly.
I wonder if anybody in our studio, they had a talk today, they were saying, is Aaron Rodgers the best quarterback in football right now? Well, from a physical standpoint, there's a lot to the game, of course. But the throws, they're incredible.
What'd you think of this throw right here?
Look at the coverage. Look at the window. It's so small, but he drives them in there. To have an arm that strong, that's one thing. But to be that accurate. And it takes no effort. That's the other thing. He does it in just the natural flow of his body.
His third touchdown pass of the day. He's run for 2 more. One to Jennings, one to Nelson, and now one to Jones. And the Packers are over 40, 42-17. 42-17, 2 touchdowns in this quarter by the Packers to break it open. This comes after recovering a fumble, stripping the tight end Fells. Cosby from 4 yards in the end zone. It's a 30-yard run back.
Well, Aaron Rodgers a couple times today. First off, Jordy Nelson against Brian Dawkins. Tough for any safety in the NFL to cover a receiver coming at him full speed. So nice move by Jordy Nelson. Then the seam right down, and nobody covering Greg Jennings. Easy touchdown for Aaron Rodgers. Well, this last throw was the best of the day. If you're a defensive back, you go to the sideline and go, he's hot.
Handoff goes to McGahee. All this is happening while Kyle Orton has hit his last 10 throws. Hasn't missed since the first quarter.
Well, you were making fun of me in the pregame show because I said some nice things about Aaron Rodgers.
And you just said, I've never seen you so giddy about a player. It's nice to see you, all the excitement.
You know, it's like
a crush.
You cover, it's like you covering Tiger Woods. He really has performed at that level at his heyday. That's how good he's throwing the football.
You told me it's as good as you've seen, ever. 2nd down and 6. Orton's almost intercepted. That's, again, his first incompletion since quarter number 1. That was Burnett who had the fumble recovery, trying to get another takeaway.
It's a pressure throw. Here comes the blitz, top of the screen. He feels it. He lets it go. Not able to see down the field 100% and be confident in what he sees. That's what pressure on the quarterback does. Make him throw it before he's ready, and he won't always diagnose the defense the proper way.
3rd down, got to get to the 37.
One. Go.
Blitz. Orton, no chance. Bishop gets the sack, but it was Matthews who caused all the havoc.
You're right. Clay Matthews disrupted the play. 52 outside. Oh, he's coming. Noshawn Marino cannot get over there quick enough. And that movement, making him move up, gives the sack to Bishop.
First sack of the day for the Packers defense. It's the end of the 3rd quarter, and you're watching the NFL on CBS. Aaron Rodgers. Well, this is not all that unusual for him to have a game like this. 3 touchdown passes, running for 2 more. And yeah, he's showing why he's the heavyweight champion of the world, wearing the belt. Jim Nance, Bill Sims will start the 4th quarter with a Broncos punt. Malcolm field it, 24-yard line, spins away from the first man. And no return on that one. A Colquitt punt of 53 yards. So 11 touchdown passes this season. And, well, he's within 1 of Favre's record through 4 games, a Green Bay record.
Well, Aaron Rodgers doing it so great. I want to show you what he looked like in college. And this is when he improved and it got better. This is better because he was working, getting ready for the NFL Combine. But look at the motion, how it's upright, it's stiff. It's just not what you see now. And you think about what you saw there and how he played at Cal to how he throws it now. There is nothing that resembles that guy. So, as I say this to everybody, you can change as a quarterback your throwing motion and what you do. The ability was there. You just needed to change the techniques.
Goes it over to Starks. Screen with a flag down out to the 32. How did he change the motion?
He's a gifted athlete. There's no question it was in him to be a tremendous thrower. After his 2nd year, he went home and did it himself. He says, I'm going to become more natural.
Interference, offense, number 85, 10-yard penalty. First down.
He said, I'm going to become more natural and just do what feels right to me. And look at this last throw. Look at the difference, how he's down, the football's down, and he goes around and just is able to drive the football much more, uses his body, everything. I remember seeing him up here in his second year and said, I don't know, maybe he's not going to turn into the franchise quarterback. Then we were up here doing a game, Brett Favre's last year, his third, and I saw him in practice, and I could not believe how much he had changed from one year to the next.
Went to Butte Community College out of high school in California because he did not receive a single scholarship offer to a Division I program. Then he went to Cal. Got a 1st and 20 here. And able to step out of bounds. McBean was trying to get him behind a line of scrimmage, but Rodgers again gets away for 5.
I think you said it right. No scholarship offers. You know, he goes to the junior college. He goes to Cal. And, of course, he sits there on draft day. That's a chip on your shoulder that you carry for life in this league. And you know, Jim, we heard that about Clay Matthews, too. No scholarships coming out of college.
5-year man. Never played till his 5th year at USC.
5th year. Can you imagine the things that were said about Clay Matthews and to him by coaches and players? Those are things you never forget. And it drives you on the field.
2nd and long. The driver has a short gain. Again, I can't believe he's back out there. The way he was limping around. And listen to the crowd. Appreciate the effort for Driver to come back out and play.
When he got nicked on that play in the end zone, I watched him when he came to the sideline. And it was amazing to watch the reaction of the players because they understand and appreciate everything that he's done. I mean, this is a man's man right here, Donald Driver. He conducted himself his whole career the right way. He does it on the field, and of course he works hard too.
3rd and 8. Jennings, 1st down.
Yeah, they didn't get lined up on defense that time.
How does that happen?
Well, it's just all the formations and everything that's going on. They can't pick out the right guys. I'm not blaming Quentin Carter either. Look at him up here. He's here. He's going to try to run over here and figure out who he's got, and that is impossible. It's like if there's a weak spot today on Denver's defense, the Packers find it. And don't judge this defense on today's game either. This is just a different team. You're not going to see this again the rest of the year.
319.
Rodgers with 393 yards passing. Maybe he'll get 400 right here. Escapes one hit, throws it away. Vickerson was in on him.
I think what we're seeing too, just keep it going. It's early in the 4th quarter. I know they got the game in hand, 42-17, but it kind of gnawed at the Packers, and I know it did Aaron Rodgers. You saw it, Jim. Just kind of said, hey, we can't let up and learn to perform on the edge for 4 quarters. That's what you want to do.
Well, that's actually the first thing he talked to us about when we met with him here at Lambeau on Friday, was finishing a game. Finish a game in the 4th quarter and play it out. That was the biggest thing he wanted to be able to show this week. 2nd and 10. All kinds of time. Ball tipped, and it's an interception. Wilhite has the pick. Only the 2nd interception of the season for Rodgers. Urlacher got him last week.
Most dangerous spot in the field for a quarterback, short and over the middle. Tip passes.
Challenge flag is out. You saw Aaron Rodgers looking up at the big screen because he had doubts whether or not this was a clean pick. It sure looks like it. Wilhite appears to pick it up without really it ever bouncing off the ground.
Yeah.
And you made a great pick about why McCarthy challenged.
Well, I think he did it for his quarterback, just to show, look, I'm going to support you a little bit. You know, interceptions, most of these guys, of course, you always hate them, but they're talked about so much now, and he's doing this to show Aaron Rodgers, I'm supporting you here in this play, even though I think it's an interception. Now, Mike McCarthy looked at about 20 replays on the board. I don't think he saw anything that's going to change the mind, but he still threw it. It's 42-17. He can afford to take a chance. You agree with that?
I love the
The thought of it,
your analysis of it, because it certainly doesn't look like you can win this one. But yeah, you're right.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field stands. Green Bay will be charged with a timeout.
You know, the one thing I had to just see was how much Rodgers just, like, after the play, stared up at the screen, waiting for a replay to come up.
Right.
He was wanting that one back. He was just hoping, you know, beyond hope, that there was going to be perhaps some indication there that it was not a clean play by Will Height.
Yeah, you know why? It's truly been almost, it's been a perfect day for Aaron Rodgers. He's been flawless. So that play wasn't.
So the Broncos have it in Green Bay territory. Their first takeaway of the day sets them up at the Packers 40. Go. They go for the big strike right away for Lloyd. Oh, what a pick. Sam Shields, and he's going to run out with it. And you can see why. McGahee, he's unable to get past him all the way to the 45 of the Broncos, and the Packers defense gets the football right back.
Kyle Orton had him. Either he held the ball just a little too long. Boy, nice move by Brandon Lloyd. He's gone. He waited too long. When he threw the football, he just did not catch the whole thing as he threw it. It just didn't fly out of his hand, so it came up about 2 yards short. And Sam Shield, give him a lot of credit. He was behind, stayed with it, full speed, able to find the football and make that interception.
Eyeballing it from the booth, I thought it was going to be a touchdown, didn't you?
I did too. He was gone.
59-yard return, and Orton picked for the second time today.
Of course, that'll get the fan base a little more fired up in Denver.
Oh, yeah. On first down, Starks going outside. And he's got just a yard. We've got another update. JB and Shannon are sharing the duties today. Take it away, guys.
Patriots refuse to lose back-to-back games.
Make the throw to Wes Welker. Hit Deion Branch in the back of the end zone. 4-yard touchdown. The Raiders are starting to roll, Jay. 31-13 over the Raiders.
Tom Brady with that 9th all-time now, passing Joe Montana for most touchdown passes. They're up comfortably back to Jim and Phil.
Well, Brady, thank you, goes home to the Bay Area. Got him up big in that one. 2nd and 9. Starks, best run of the day. It's a big one. Well, he's not ever going down with that first hit.
No, because that's who he is. You got to be who you are. He's a bull. He's not a little small guy that can dodge people, so go with your strength. And Starks, that's what I like about him and Ryan Grant together. The blocking up front, should have talked about it first. But he's a power runner. Ryan Grant can go across the formation and pick the holes a little better, so they make a good combination. And that's what you need, I think, on offense nowadays. But again, the blocking. Newhouse that time, the right tackle. Excellent block down the field.
Crashes through for 22. Goes down at the 23. He's got it again. Ryan Dawkins and others jump on him after a gain of 3. Wednesday night inside the NFL on Showtime. You know, I want to get the real skinny on what's going on the set. Can you give me JB's? I know he just switched his cell phone. Can you give me his number?
We're tight. Yeah, I give it to you.
All right.
Yeah.
I want to call and find out what you're like on Wednesdays. I know what you're like on Sundays.
I'm the same.
Okay.
I'm like, I'm always the same.
I feel sorry for him.
You do.
Wednesday night Showtime inside the NFL.
Well, you are assassinating my character up here today. It's all right. I deserve it.
2nd down and 7. Juice. Well, he knew DJ Williams was coming in quickly, so he unloaded over in the area of Starks.
Yeah, a couple things. DJ Williams with the pressure, but that's what makes, quarterbacks and offenses, I think, so well-rounded. Look down the field for the big shot to score. It's not there. But when in trouble, he turns immediately and looks for that little short pass to the running back. That time he missed it because the pressure was too good by Williams. But it's a great little outlet to have when you got all this talent at the receiver position.
Almost 500 yards of offense. You got a 3rd and 7. Pump fake. Got a man for the first. Stretching it out is Jennings.
Feel like I'm in a baseball game, you know, and I'm standing behind home plate. Nolan Ryan's pitching. You know that sound it makes when it pops the mitt?
You heard it right there. Yes.
I've heard it about 8 times today. Boom. You got the catcher's mitts well broken in. It makes that sound. It's awesome. That's what you hear when Aaron Rodgers throws it to these wide receivers, no matter who catches it.
Yeah, he talked to us about how much it meant to him seeing Greg Jennings move inside. He said that was big for us. You saw it right there as Jennings picks up the first down.
Well, what it does, when you bring your best receiver inside, now you give him many options. When he stays outside, the sideline is the defender's, you know, it's his friend. He can push him to the sideline. It takes away some of the things he can do. But inside, it's down the field, it's out, it's across, it's everything.
Jennings now over 100 yards for the 20th time in his career.
And Aaron Rodgers says he loves it. He actually suggested it to Mike McCarthy. We've got to get back and get Greg Jennings inside.
First down and starts. To the 8. This did the team that had played 3 tight games coming in. A pair of 3-point contests and a 2-point game. We've got an injured player that's on that offensive line for the Packers, Chad Clifton.
Oh boy,
limping around. Remember, they were already out with Bulaga today and had Newhouse was back up there at right tackle.
Vickerson, defensive lineman for the Denver Broncos, is limping off too. Chad Clifton, they're worried about him, left tackle. Even Aaron Rodgers says, you know, can't expect that he's going to make it through the whole season.
He'll tell you, though, that Clifton had his best year ever last year.
Yep, 12 years in the NFL. They weren't sure about him coming back this year. Had a good, you know, was good enough in training camp. Makes them feel good. That's why they went out. Their first round draft pick was from Mississippi State, Sherrod. He's now going to play a little left tackle.
Sherrod, number 78. There he is.
Played left guard during training camp. Did not win the job over T.J. Lang.
Second down and 5. Good pass. Well covered.
That was another run.
Loss of a yard for Jennings.
He decided to throw the quick one outside. A little easier to cover those quick passes outside when you're inside the 10-yard line.
Clifton only out for 1 play. Big fella, 12th year out of Tennessee, says, I want back in.
I think, you know, Mike McCarthy said something to us the other day, too. He goes, you used to be the left tackle was the great pass blocker. The right tackle is your run blocker. He goes, those days are gone. They both better be pass blockers. This league, it's about throwing the ball now in the NFL.
They can get a first at the 3. Third down. And Rodgers. That is caught for a touchdown. Who else but Donald Driver?
That's pretty special.
That is. You know, I'm sitting there watching him with that injury thinking, you know what, he's 13 years in the league. And if this is a serious injury, you may never see him again.
Yes,
ever.
You're right.
All-time receiver in Packer history by yardage, by catches. Comes back out in the second half. The crowd roars when they see him.
How about his career, though, Jim? He catches from Brett Favre. Then he gets Aaron Rodgers. He gets 2 of the all-time greatest flamethrowers. If he's open, that was a tremendous catch. Aaron Rodgers threw that so hard, it made it look easy.
Rodgers' 4th touchdown pass, 2 running touchdowns, and Rodgers a career high, 408 yards. And the 4 touchdown passes ties a career high as well.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by DirecTV. This season, NFL Sunday Ticket is included when you switch. State Farm. For auto, home, life, and banking. Get to a better state. And by Verizon, America's largest and most reliable wireless network.
Back here on a beautiful day in Green Bay. And what do you think? Any chance you see Tebow come out on this next series?
Oh, we might see him in his, you know, the little packages they have designed for him. But it looks like Kyle Ed's helmet on is coming back.
Yeah, they both got the helmet on. Round under at the 23. Boy, racking up the plays and the points today. The Packers pouring it on, 49-17. Orton on the sideline, or Tebow on the sidelines. Orton under center. Final second 41 here at Lambeau Field. It's McGahee. Good piece of running for 12 yards. What do you think of Orton's performance here today?
Well, it's been very good. Of course, the interception and the long throw where he missed the touchdown, but the numbers are good. He's been solid. That's kind of what he's been this year. Solid. It's been okay, but not great. Now, when there's a first-round quarterback behind you, it doesn't matter who it is. Tim Tebow, of course, has more popularity than most first-round quarterbacks. You got to win, and you got to play very well to keep him on the bench.
That's McGahee to the 41. Well, then you got Brady Quinn factored into the mix, who, you know, some would tell you he's ahead of Tebow.
Yeah, that might be, but I think when it comes down to that final decision, if they ever do make a switch, that I feel very confident it'll be Tim Tebow. Because, oh my gosh, what will they do in Denver if it's not? But again, he's a first-round quarterback, and through the history, no matter how the starter plays and what happens, they're going to get the first-round quarterback in there. I can give you 20 examples right off the top of my head.
Well, you went through it last night, actually, through the record book. Here's a 2nd and 3 play, and it's fired and it's caught. And that's Decker. Around the neck, he's brought down. They butt heads afterwards. Eric Walden is the one who brought him down after 13 yards.
Yeah, this is their favorite play action. The sell out to the right side, and nice little double move by Eric Decker, and a good job staying in front of the defensive back. Protect the quarterback's throw.
If you're down 49-17, would this not be an appropriate time to give Tebow at least some reps if you're thinking about later on you're going to make a quarterback change?
Well, you know, you're not giving up the season yet. Don't create that controversy if you don't have to. That's why you don't do it.
And McGahee to the 41. It's up 5. You know, last night we were told in our meetings, you know, keep this quiet, which we get a lot of information in our production meetings. You know, we're going to have a package with Tebow. You're going to see him on some snaps, probably somewhere inside of 10.
Right, about up to 10 plays today. And, you know, we haven't. Kyle Orton has played well. They've thrown it down the field, so all those little plays they have for Tebow, they don't need those right now, or they didn't need them today.
It's Lance Ball running for the first down.
Do I think there's a spot for some of the plays that they had him ready to do today? Yes, I do. And I know people are shocked to hear me say that, especially inside the 5. A power running quarterback, I think it's a big deal in the NFL nowadays inside the 5-yard line. And this is going to be there. Sooner or later, the Broncos are going to have to make a decision. Are they going to stay with Kyle Orton for the future, or are they going to give him a chance to see what they got?
Through the hands of Ball. And almost intercepted by A.J. Hawk. A.J. Hawk, who was actually married to Brady Quinn's sister. Wife Laura.
That's right.
The family. A.J. and the beautiful baby. And Laura.
Well, she knows a lot about football, so. Well, she's got both sides of the field covered.
Decker. 31. Little baby daughter, Lennon Noel. Okay, 4.5 to go here. Broncos going to be falling to 1-3 on the season. And the Packers are going to join the Lions, head into week 5 as the only 2 unbeaten teams in the league.
That's right.
In the same division at NFC North.
Now the Packers and the Lions, so much alike. Quarterbacks with tremendous arms. They put it, it's all about them. Making throws, trying to do it that way.
Down for Denver on the sideline, and Lloyd. Boy, that was nifty too, wasn't it?
Beautiful.
And that's that same again. That pass you see more and more often.
Well, you heard me say it last week. If you can't make this throw and catch in the NFL, you are falling about 70 yards behind everybody else. Because every team throws it twice a game, and it's beautiful. Well done. What a catch. What footwork by Brandon Lloyd.
Incredible.
Brandon Lloyd is back.
Picks up 23.
He is crisp, fast.
First and goal, as I mentioned earlier, what an odyssey for when we finally started. Orton in zone bound and incomplete. He was looking in Lloyd's direction. Next Sunday on CBS on the NFL, doubleheader action, and the big one late. Jets, New England. That divisional playoff rematch. The Jets shocked the Patriots last year and ended their season. And it all starts with the NFL Today, presented by Southwest Airlines. That's next Sunday, doubleheader action here on CBS. Second and goal. And only a yard there for Decker.
Jim, I'm going to go back real quick because of the score of the game. Just talk about Tebow one last time. When you talk about this league and you look at it, what sticks out when you watch the NFL right now?
It's a passing league.
It is big-time passing league. Look at the guys that are really getting it done. They can really throw the ball. I mean, let it go. And they got it all. So that's the question marks about Tim Tebow. I watched him a lot today. He does look better throwing the ball, but it's not Aaron Rodgers or any of those top 10 guys for sure. I do not see that.
Third and goal. And Orton back to the end zone and incomplete. Trying to hit Decker for the third score of the day. That was Pepra on the coverage, and a lot of pressure from Clay Matthews.
Oh, there was. Great job by Kyle Orton hanging in there. Clay Matthews, how about that, getting down low? Keep hustling. That's his greatest attribute. And we've seen the Green Bay Packers make this throw and catch quite a few times today.
Going for it here. Why not, of course?
Sure.
3:07 to go. They blanked the Broncos in the second half to this point. And Orton tiptoes and throws, has the touchdown. Goes to Daniel Fells, who was hurt earlier in this half and also coughed up the football. First quarter, he's actually injured.
Yeah, he came back. That was just an excellent job by Kyle Orton, understanding the rush, the situation. That's what's important. So if you take a sack, big deal. My old three-man rush, though, Jim. And he moved just enough to let Fells get open.
And now they'll go for two. Able to stretch it out, barely able to get the handoff over to Moreno, and he is stopped short on the two-point try. Desmond Bishop and others celebrating that stop. Orton has his third touchdown pass of the game.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Geico, where 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by E-Trade, investing unleashed.
For those of you expecting to see 60 Minutes, you're watching the NFL on CBS, the game between the Broncos and Packers. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms here in Titletown. 60 Minutes will be seen in its entirety immediately after the game. Andy Rooney's final regular appearance. Great football fan, by the way.
Yes, he is.
So much fun being able to run into the great Mr. Rooney through the years.
He's a Giant fan.
Yeah, a huge Giant fan.
Goes up there and sits right in the middle of everybody.
Yep. Side kick, no, peach kick. Went over the top. Ooh, and almost, had it not gone so sideways, might add a play on it.
Kickoff out of bounds. Ball will be placed at the 40-yard line. First down.
Highest scoring Packer start to a season ever through 4 games.
Well, you look at this offense. I said to everybody here during the commercial, tell me, what is your solution if you want to stop this Packers defense It's the first time I've heard all the guys I work with be quiet.
Matt Flynn is in at quarterback now.
Can't rush the quarterback. He's too nifty with his feet. They can get rid of it. Too many weapons to play one-on-one, Jim. So going forward, it's just about their defense.
That's Alex Green who gets the run for 8 yards. Again, Matt Flynn is the quarterback. Here's the schedule next week. Green Bay will be at Atlanta. Then they'll take on a struggling, and that's being nice, the Rams at 0-4 at Minnesota, another winless team. I mean, look at this, not a team with a winning record.
Minnesota, though, it'll be rough. They're big and strong. And of course, San Diego. So, you know, here we are. Of course, we predict so fast in the NFL. I heard somebody say, you name somebody who's going to beat the Packers this year. Well, I don't know if I can name them, but we know how the league goes. One day when you just don't have it, the other team, it falls right. But there's no doubt the Green Bay Packers they're going to be in this playoff thing and talk about all year long as one of the best teams.
It's Green to no gain. They'll be playing. Wondering about the Detroit Lions, and they'll be playing them for the first time at Detroit on Thanksgiving Day. Earlier today, how about the Houston Texans and Arian Foster back running hard, had 30 carries, 155 yards, dropping the Steelers to 2-2. Texans go to 3-1, and the Bills suffer a first loss. Bengals come back to win it on a Nugent field goal. Dalton played well and led them to victory. And the Lions roar back from 27 to 3 down in the second half. Stafford and Johnson up twice for touchdowns. And how about the 49ers shocking the Eagles? And that dream team is now 1-3. 3rd and 2. Flynn gets a throw. No, off his fingertips and picked. Intercepted by Raheem Moore, and he steps out, the rookie, at the 49-yard line. So Moore's first throw of Flynn's first throw of the season results in Moore's first NFL interception.
Well, it was a good job not trying to throw the short pass because it was covered, so he looked down the field, and, you know, your judgment. That's all I can say. Matt Flynn, tough luck. It really is. To come in, make your first throw, have to throw a seam pass, and I'm sure when he let it go, he goes, ooh, that felt good. It's just a little too far. This Denver Bronco team, though, Jim, just to finish up, they're making a transition, this football team is. Talent and scheme.
Lance Ball taking the toss. We're about 8. Well, this was a Denver team really in ruins when John Fox got here.
Defense, the worst, and stats were true. The worst defense in the NFL last year. So trying to change it over from a 3-4 to 4-3. I know for the fans it means more defensive linemen, trying to get bigger, more physical. I think the transitions, I think it's going to go well.
The Packers in on that play.
And the offense, just real quick, Demaryius Thomas and Eddie Royal, when they come back, 2 explosive players will make them a little tougher to defend too.
Jarius Wynn getting a hold of Lance Bell in a hurry. And no hurry to get another snap before the 2-minute warning. So 2 minutes to play at Lambeau Field. 49-23 Green Bay. We're back at Lambeau Field, and we don't get that chance very often to see the Green Bay Packers having the AFC package. But what are your thoughts?
Everything I thought it would be. No letdown here. You know, I was expecting the offense to be tremendous today, and they were.
Third down pass, tipped around, it's going to be picked. It is. Pepra has it off the bounce. Tipped up in the air by A.J. Hawk.
Tight coverage, slot receiver, it's a blitz. What happens is, Jim, they baited him. So the blitzer on the receiver goes, but there's the linebackers at A.J. Hawk right inside to cover him. So that's what they want. Dom Capers started that, or was part of it back in the, in the early 90s with the Pittsburgh Steelers, where they would blitz and play zone coverage behind it, confuse people for a lot of times. Very common now. But Dom Capers trying to get his defense once stop big plays, stop the mental errors.
Dom Capers, our defensive coordinator since 2009. As they give another carry to Alex Green. One last chance to recap the Rodgers day if you're joining us late. Again, it's nothing short of spectacular. 4 touchdown passes. In fact, his 4 primary receivers, I'll put Cobb at the moment at number 5. His first 4 wideouts all score a touchdown. Jennings, Jones, Driver, and Nelson.
That's a great point. What did Mike McCarthy says? We play them all. We don't say, oh, here's a special play, let's get this guy in there. We roll him in. He can work with all of them.
And one more snap and they will be 4-0. And it'll be 10 consecutive wins for the Packers when you include the postseason last year, going back to late last year. Again tonight on 60 Minutes. Andy Rooney's farewell as a regular on that great show, followed by The Amazing Race, The Good Wife, and CSI Miami here on America's #1 network. Put it in the books. We had 7 touchdown passes in the game today. The 4 by Rodgers, the 3 by Orton. But the Packers north of 500 in total offense. And that man did it all, Rodgers. Green Bay is 4-0. And the Broncos fall to 1-3. The final score, Green Bay 49 and Denver 23. Coming up next, 60 Minutes, followed by The Amazing Race, The Good Wife, CSI Miami. For Phil Simms and all the crew, Jim Nance saying so long from Lambeau Field. You've been watching the NFL on CBS.
All right, Jim, so Green Bay